Hey guys, welcome back to the Shipmate YouTube channel. This week we're talking all about sales velocity and why it's important to your Amazon store. So guys, today we're talking about sales velocity. And sales velocity is a lot like velocity in physics, right? So usually when you're talking about velocity in physics, you're talking about how fast something is moving over time, right? So the relative change in direction and how fast that happens. When we're talking about velocity in terms of sales, we're talking about how quick those sales are happening, right? So a lot of times you'll see sales velocity represented as sales per month or sales per 30-day period. And the idea is that the more sales you have happen in a shorter amount of time, the higher the sales velocity. Meanwhile, the exact opposite is true. The less sales you have in the longer amount of time, the lower your sales velocity is. And the reason why this is really important is, although the Amazon algorithm for ranking is kind of in the dark a little bit, we know that one of the biggest factors is this sales velocity, right? It's how much are you selling, right? Amazon's taking into account how popular your product is, how quick you're selling. And this is why we talk about a bunch of different things here, like keeping your items in stock, like having good listings, things that really accelerate that sales velocity. So the biggest key here when you're launching a new product on Amazon is how can I maximize my sales velocity, right? And when you're thinking about maximizing sales velocity, it really comes down to how can I get more sales in the shortest amount of time? And there's a lot of different tactics to use. One of my favorite is when I launch a new product, I like to put it at an introductory price, right? If the product's been around for a little bit, you can have some sales, you can try some coupons, you can try a bunch of different things to try to pump that up. Don't forget about business pricing and quantity discounts as well. These are other ways to, kind of get that speed up. Don't let your store stock out. If your store stocks out, that means you're recording a big zero in sales for that day, which is going to really hurt that sales velocity as you're putting a zero into your average for the month. So that's a big no-no. But what are some other ways that we can, speed up our sales on Amazon? Well, there's pay-per-click advertising, right? So if I'm going to spend a little bit more to show my ads to more people, I can get more sales, right? And a big example of this I like to tell people is there was a point in time where I was selling water bottles online. And when I would sell water bottles with an ad, I would actually lose money. Well, this was because it was increasing my sales velocity and ranking me in the top 50 in the category. And because of this, the organic sales I was getting from the high sales velocity completely outweighed the money I was losing on pay-per-click advertising. So, you really want to keep into account, that trade-off, because sometimes you might be able to spend more on ads if it leads to more organic traffic as well due to that increase in sales velocity. Another thing to consider is reviews. Reviews drive everything on Amazon. That's the first place people look. So you want to make sure you're having positive reviews. You want to make sure that you're, doing good customer service to limit the negative reviews. You want to do everything you can to make sure that your sales rate is quick, that it's consistent, and that you're always growing, right? Because this is how you climb up those category rankings, and that's how you get on the first page. So in my opinion, sales velocity is everything when selling on Amazon. It is the most important factor that determines your success, because success breeds more success. It's the Pareto principle, right? So once you start experiencing a little success, you're rewarded with new opportunities that lead to more success. And that's how Amazon operates. So, it's important to make sure you get that first sale, right? Whether it's a family, friend, whatever. Get those initial sales. Don't be too proud about getting them. Make sure everybody's hearing about it. Use advertising, use social media, right? And then make sure you're following through with a good customer experience to continue to accelerate those sales. Don't be afraid if you have dips in sales velocity or you want to push out a little more to use sales and coupons or business pricing and quantity discounts. So guys, this is how I like to think about sales velocity, and I think it's a really important part of being an Amazon seller is understanding these sorts of things. If you guys could do us a favor, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a share. We're almost at 4,000, and your subscription could be the one that gets us there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.